You know who won a game, though, on a 4-point play?
What's that?
Greatest player in college basketball. Zion Williamson.
Yep.
Misses it on purpose because he knows he's got R.J. Barrett, the number 2 pick in the draft, sitting right there with, I think, a little white guy next to him.
Just fouled out the 7'6" guy.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Let me take the big guy out, Taco, who's a hell of a player, by the way. You don't got to do much when you're 7 foot. That's why you see a doorman that's 7 foot tall, and he's not a basketball player. He's got work ethic issues. We all know it. You don't got to do too much when you're 7 foot tall. Taco proved that, and Taco will be a hell of a player. Zion fouls out their big rebound guy, notices R.J. Barrett's on a guy who might not have as much grit as him, goes, listen, boys, whoop, whoop, bird call, 4-point play, misses it short to R.J.'s side. R.J. grabs it, puts it back, takes the lead, game over. They missed that fucking layup, though, man.
So close.
Tip in.
Do you think there was a little push on the rebound there from RJ?
I mean, there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules broken in this game.
Maybe
I mean,
charge on Zion?
Which time, though? Zion goes for a dunk earlier on old buddy, and Taco literally just brings both of his arms down on both of his shoulders and hits him like in the collarbone. No call because it's on Zion. Right. That's against any other player. That's a call for sure.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we can't just debate about things that happen at the end and not debate the entire game. I think that layup falls though, man. That was
tough.
That is
Coach's kid. I mean, it would just been magical for him.
And Johnny Dawkins playing for Krzyzewski for that many years, like you said. Now coaching UCF.
Aubrey, I believe, is his kid, right?
And I want to tell you what. Sometimes there's magical moments in sports that happen outside the court, and that Krzyzewski talking about Dawkins was one of them.
Yeah.
After the game,
touching.
heartbroken for him.
He almost teared up.
His kid played incredible.
Yeah.
I also think Krzyzewski's not that great on the microphone. You would think a coach who's that good at recruiting would do better interviews. He seems to not do that
He's
great.
very dry.
Yeah,
He's very dry
Belichick, isn't he?
human.
What's that?
He's like a Belichick.
Yeah, not really.
Keeps to himself.
I don't know. His interviews are just very. That moment was
Very monotone and dry.
Yeah.
That's the most personality I've ever seen him have.
He
Just because
seems-
he almost choked up. But.
Yeah, he seems like a guy who doesn't want to be bigger than the game.
Yeah.
Somebody like that type of guy.
He is though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Krzyzewski's one of the names that is.
Legend.
He's USA basketball.
He's also notorious for having one of his assistants do the halftime
That makes
interview
sense.
before he goes into the locker room.
Got you.
Like he always does that.
I enjoy that Duke team though. There's a lot of people saying that old Ja was better than Zion because he had one good game and then the next day he went like 2 for 45 or something like that. Everybody's like, this Ja guy is the guy. This Ja guy is the guy. A lot of people saying Zion's not the guy. I just don't know. I just don't know how you say it.
He's very good at creating opportunities for other players when like he's facing some kind of adversity, like he was with the 7'6" tree.
I wish Coach K would let him run point for a game.
Yeah.
Just hey,
He brought it up down the floor.
There's no reason for their point guard to be in there because they literally sat back 12 feet and dared him to shoot threes. So there's no reason for him to be in there.
and he knocked a couple down, by the way. Knocked a couple down.
Couple of them.
Yeah, he did. What are you talking about? A couple of them.
He's hit the shots he's had to. Like the open looks, he's hit the ones he's had to. Give or take.
Except for the free throw that he missed on purpose for R.J. Barrett.
Correct. But he was trying to do that. So
I'm a big Zion guy, man. I think he's the guy.
Did you see the post game for
agree.
UCF
No.
in the locker room?
lot of tears.
Very emotional. It was very good.
A lot of crying in this college basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And by the way, I thought about Coach K talking to Zion when the world was talking about Zion never playing college basketball again. I thought about Coach K telling Zion, hey, you know what LeBron and those guys don't have? That's a March Madness run, right? Like you're going to be the next LeBron.
Yeah.
You're going to be the next big guy in NBA. None of them have a good March Madness run. Zion's like, well, I'm a little rusty. He's like, well, let's play a couple games before March Madness and let's get you warmed up. Tournament's going to be your time. I think that was the conversation that Coach K had with Zion. Like, hey, because there's no other reason for Zion to be playing right now. None.
No.
Right.
No.
Zion's the number one pick regardless. There's no questions being asked.
matter
right now.
what.
None. He's doing it strictly to get a big, long run. They lose the UCF. That's all ruined.
And how about what he said to Zion at that last time out before that play when he was like, you were born for this moment.
Coach K said that?
Well, yeah. And Zion said, when Coach K looks you in the face and tells you you're born for this moment, there's nothing more motivating. Like Zion was telling that story in the post.
He went right into that fucking Taco character. He was going for a yam, by the way, on him. He was going for a yamski. Then he lays it in, misses it. on purpose. RJ Barrett gets the win, helps his team out, lifts his team up, makes his teammate, who was the number 1 recruit coming out of high school, makes him think he hit the game winner when really it was Zion. I mean, this is a perfect play by Zion. Perfect play by Zion. Anything to say over there?
None. Can't wait to watch him at the association. 6-game road swings to the
his
West
athletic
Coast.
ability. I said this over the weekend, and it's. Did you ever watch Sean Kemp play? He's a couple years ago, not a couple years ago, but dream team type NBA player who is just out of this world, gym athletic, handles well. That's my NBA comparison. Sean Kemp.
Hold on, somebody told me he's like Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a poor man's Blake Griffin. And I was like, a poor man's Blake Griffin? Didn't Blake Griffin play in the same tournament?
Yes.
He played at Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
One and done.
I don't know if he's doing with Zion. Zion can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Zion can already shoot.
If Zion was on that Murray State team with Ja, if he was just like Ja was,
Right.
Zion would put up 45 shots a game. He would be the point guard. He'd be everything. I
Yes.
mean, he would be able to do the same shit.
For sure.
And good for Charles Barkley. Did you see how he responded when they tried to make the comparison
Yes,
to him?
I
And
did
he was
see
just
that.
like, "Oh, he's way more talented than I am."
Hey, they got Charles Barkley sitting there for 10, 12 hours.
Yes.
Just in the same seat.
Getting loopy.
That's unbelievable.
There was a tough Charles Barkley like big head segment, kind of head segment. It was tough to watch.
I think that's why
Him
they
and
do.
Wally Zerbiak.
They want him to get loopy and say something ridiculous and just have it go.